Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Matt, alongside with my other host, Lance, and I am really looking forward to today's episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's got some thoughts that I went into the show with, and then after learning a lot, I've definitely became very invested in this show.
Okay. I'm looking forward to hearing what made you get so invested in that one. And to give a quick synopsis of what we're covering today, we will be covering The Water Magician. It is a 12-episode isekai with our main character, Rio, getting isekai'd into the world of Pi as a water magician, which he wanted to spend his life quiet, isolated, just no cares or worries in the world, and we come to find out that it's going to be anything less than a quiet life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yep, perfect. It's kind of funny that they say that because it's not going to make for a good show if it's a nice peaceful life.
There's some shows where the guy farming in another life.
That was the first one coming to my mind too. Yeah,
he figures it out. He also manages to have a child by touching. That's the one where I think he helped, like he did something, and it was not
traditional means of
have relations with, and she got pregnant. So
okay,
yeah, it was that season 2 is out. I need to watch that one. It was fine. It was a fine isekai. This one, on the other hand, it was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed this one.
Mm-hmm. Before
we get too far, Lance, what is your Lance's lessons today?
Today's Lance's lessons is going to be the Japanese word for water. Nice and simple today. Water is mizu. Mizu is M-I-Z-U. Mizu is very relevant to today's episode because we are following along the Water Magician. So it can't be any more on the nose than that one. And water can be used in everyday conversation too, because you got to make sure you drink your mizu, stay hydrated. And Rio tells his friends quite often to make sure that they're hydrated as well. So
yes, he does. He's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Now with this, Matt likes to read the manga for every episode we cover. So are there any differences between the manga and the anime? NANI?
Yes, actually, there was a lot more than I thought there was going to be. I will also say this is a light novel series. Probably going to want to read that because not 100% guarantee that we're going to get seasons 2 and beyond. And I want to say I know they're pretty far in the light novel, so it's always probably recommend reading that. It starts off with seeing Truck-kun killing Rio.
Interesting.
So
yeah, definitely didn't get anything like that in the anime.
Nope, absolutely not. We do find out that he was 20 when he died. And then the next page jumps to him sparring with an elf character. Obviously, we don't know who it is at that moment in time, but we do find out that it's Sarah. And okay. It gives a huge spoiler.
Interesting.
Should I say said spoiler?
Sure.
Him and Sarah are kissing after they spar.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So basically they spar and then they kiss.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
No, not even a little bit.
But that is funny to see that like so instantly early in the manga series. Yeah,
because it essentially does like a time skip backwards, because then it goes into him talking to Michael, the angel, and you work your way forward, and you're like, okay, that's sure, I guess. Something that he does talk about is that he doesn't have any real sexual desires. Like that's mentioned in the basically he thinks about it when he makes a joke with Abel about the red light district.
Yep.
And he's like, I haven't really, it's like, I don't like men, but I haven't really had any like sexual feelings towards women either. And just, yeah, that was his thought process. As I'd mentioned, the planet that Rio is reincarnated to is called Pi. We don't find that out in the anime, but if you look up this series, it talks about it quite often. He was also asked if he could change his magical aptitude and was told no. It is essentially preset when you're created by whatever the universe is, by the god above. I'm pretty sure is what Michael says. You get a lot more explanations of the world from Michael. I'm not going to go into it. He just explains a bunch more. He also tells Rio that he has a higher than normal mana pool. Rio fights a bunch of different types of monsters before he fights the Assassin Hawk. The first time you see Rio fight the Fairy Knight was 1 year after being reincarnated. About the only bit of time you get, like how much time has passed in, at least so far in the series.
Okay.
The Assassin Hawk tries to kill Rio a few times. Basically, you see them kind of fight each other. I'm going to butcher the name, but the name of the sword is Murasame.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Rio does know that he has the skill Eternal Youth.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
He figured out that he can manipulate blood to help close wounds.
Okay, cool.
I mean, he's just using science. He understands science, so he's like,
right.
Well, if blood is mostly water, then I can manipulate the water and the blood to essentially close the wounds that I have. And then you watch him close his wound, and he's like, well, that works out.
Mm-hmm.
The Fairy King hands Rio the robes. He doesn't like go in the lake and do this he just like they fight, and then the next panel he's holding the robes and giving them to Rio.
Oh, okay.
During the travels to Lune, Abel was much more weary of Rio. Basically, he was just like, who is this guy? Like, much more suspicious of him through their run. They run into Assassin Hawk that tries to kill them, so a different one. And basically, they have that fight, and Rio shows how strong he is. When they got to Lune, as part of the repayment, Abel bought Rio casual and dress clothes.
Okay.
We find out that a book costs about 10 gold coins. One big difference is you don't meet Sarah until after the total bore? Is that what they call that? I just call it the dungeon incident.
Yeah, that does sound familiar that they called. They also called it, was that the tsunami that they kept talking about?
No, the dungeon break, essentially.
Yeah.
So we don't meet Sarah until after that incident happens.
Okay.
Nils and Rito? Eto.
Eto, yeah. And yeah, his roommates.
Yeah, the two of the roommates, they rank up to E rank after the dungeon break. Title bore, that's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
During a conversation, Sarah and Rio agree the title bore and the eclipse were related. Like they were connected to each other.
I think the animation said that as well, because she was saying like she had the same thought process a long time ago.
Yes.
That's why she knew where all the books were.
Yep. Niles. That was the friend where they went to that village, correct?
Yeah, that guy.
So that wasn't in the manga.
That wasn't in the manga?
That whole section was not in the manga.
Okay. I'll be able to explain that in a minute.
Okay. I think they talked about this, but the festival was a week.
Yeah.
All you see Rio do against the fight with Oscar was produce the giant wall to block Oscar attacking his friends, and then using water to like basically extinguish all the flames after he provokes Oscar about freezing the Ice Princess. That's it. Like that's the only part of the fight.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like, oh man. Yeah, because basically Rio gets there, blocks it, Abel gets there, steps in, and then Rio provokes him, and the rest of the incident where Abel talks him down happens. Rio mentions how each group of people uses magic differently.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting. We kind of get a little bit of this because we know that Abel uses magic differently than basically his friends from room 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we get a small glimpse of it, but he never actually brings it up. And then the manga ends on chapter 40 after Rio and Sarah meet back up in the library.
Okay.
So we got most of the way through the season, but not completely through the season.
Yep.
And yeah, that was it. That's all I got.
Okay. Not too bad. There was definitely some differences.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Besides where they meet Sarah, most of it was just added information.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And speaking of added information, I got a lot of extra information for you guys.
All right. So we are curious. What do you have for us, Lantz?
All right. So I had some extra time with overtime at work, so I was listening to the light novel.
Ooh, all right.
And I will say, I was able to catch up with everything.
All of season 1?
All of season 1 material.
Very nice. Okay.
I did listen a little bit ahead.
Okay.
I will be honest. I was quite burnt out at that point. So it was kind of hard to like visualize everything perfectly. We do meet a couple new characters. So like I wasn't 100% there. Mm-hmm. I'm listening to everything at 1.6 speed. So like there's obviously going to be points that I missed out.
Yep.
But I'm not going to spoil anything. Nothing crazy happens. But I will start from the beginning of the light novel.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go through my notes. So bear through with me.
Okay. As I pour myself another drink.
Yeah. So we start out with Rio in his second year of university, and they talk about how his parents had died and how his dad always gave him like a verbal lesson of never work yourself to exhaustion. Okay. So he's always kept that in heart, and that comes up time and time again throughout the light novel. Never work yourself to exhaustion. It's just better productivity. They talk about some random stuff. Rio was actually like working for his dad's company as well. Don't exactly remember what he was doing, but I think it had something to do with like working on some kind of machines of some sort.
Okay.
So the light novel says that he died by Truck-kun. Okay. They didn't actually say Truck-kun, but he got ran over by, well, ironically enough, they say that he was killed by a truck driver who was exhausted shortly after explaining, don't work yourself to exhaustion. So that was kind of funny. But he died the day before his 20th birthday.
Okay.
So when you said he died when he was 20, it's basically the same.
So the manga said 20 and 19.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, the first one was 20. I'm just going to say that he was 20, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it was the day before his 20th birthday is when he died. When he was talking to the angel Michael, just like you said, Rio tried to change his attitude, but his affinity was for water. So he was told that water is actually very useful, so you'll be happy to have it. And right after Rio was sent away from Michael, he says that that's when he had the hidden trait. Okay. And he hasn't seen that since girl he sent from 1,000 years ago. I know they said that in the anime too, but I think this girl sent from 1,000 years ago is a topic worthy for the future conversation, because you just got to worry about other reincarnates. Yeah. I don't remember the light novels. Of course, like I said, I was listening at 1.6 speed, so I might have missed a handful of information here and there. I don't remember the light novel ever saying that Rio was aware that he had this hidden trait of eternal youth. Okay. I think the light novel described it as eternal youth. Okay. This light novel goes into a lot of detail about science and how everything sciencey works about literally everything. They don't just mention stuff. They talk paragraphs about every little thing that goes on. It's good information, especially for the nerdy people out there, but it's all the goddamn time. Okay. During his first couple weeks, obviously he does his managing of learning how to use magic and stuff, but eventually he needs to go into great detail about going out looking for herbs, spices. He finds lots of figs. He finds wild rice. And after his first minor boar, they go into great detail about how he tanned the hide for clothing and stuff like that. A lot of detail about how to make leather, essentially. Okay. Shooting an ice spear took a very, very long time for him to master. I feel like the anime was pretty instant on that, but they spend a lot of time talking about his daily routine, and they mention it quite a few times. He's here for a long time. We can say that much right now. Yep. You could say it. Just say it. Just say it? Yeah, just say it. I got it in my notes. I'll say it in a little bit. Okay. He didn't learn the shooting a spear until after his first encounter with the assassin hawk, which was like 2 months into the new world. Yep. Just like you said, he does fight that same hawk many times. I think 3 total times before, and then it evolves, and then he fights it one last time, but that's not till much later again. Okay. But they go into more sciencey stuff. Big detail about how he obtains salt from the neighboring sea, how he needs to get calcium from fish bones, and goes deep into his cardio workout and how he just how he works out and how he spends his day exhausting himself with magic so he gets stronger and stronger every day. Yep. Eventually, he does fight greater boars. He fights a poisonous snake, and he does come across animals, and they explain that there's animals and then there's monsters. Yes. I want to say the anime also does that. Do they? Okay. Yeah. they could have went right over my head, but there was a scene where I wrote down, he watched a horned bison get killed by a he watched a horned bison kill a crocodile.
Yep.
And then Rio decapitates the bison, the head falls into the water, and then a bunch of piranhas come and just devour the head. So he learns that the sea is not exactly a safe place to be right now.
Okay, so the manga had the same thing, but with a crocodile.
Crocodile?
Yeah, he threw like a...
Oh, yeah, I said crocodile.
You said piranha.
No, yeah.
Oh.
So the bison's fighting the crocodile. The bison kills the crocodile. Rio kills the bison with a ice guillotine.
Oh.
And then the piranhas eat the head of the bison.
Okay.
He goes into great detail about his abrasive water jet.
Yep.
He explains that in our world, there's tiny pieces of stone that help cut through stuff, but Rio needed to imagine tiny shards of ice in his water jet in order for him to do the same thing.
Okay.
He does eventually explore the sea. He finds out that he can hold his breath for 4 minutes underwater. He ends up fighting a large group of fish who work together to create a bait ball. And a bait ball is just what you see when a bunch of small fish gather together to look more intimidating. But he had a very hard time fighting that bait ball. And in the same battle with the bait ball, he encounters a kraken. And he starts getting completely owned by this kraken. And they also went into detail about how he kept getting the feeling that his water control underwater was being repelled when he was fighting like these monsters.
Okay.
These monsters. The bait ball, he was having a little bit of difficulty, and the kraken he had no chance against.
Yep.
So they were explaining that like monsters have some form of magic themselves.
Okay.
And potentially even magic negating powers.
Interesting. Okay.
3 hours into this light novel, we finally get the encounter of the Doulahan. That's 3 hours of just him just living this world. That's a lot of information.
Yep.
But he finally encounters the Doulahan after 3 hours. And then shortly after that, he does run into the dragon. They give us the dragon's name. His name is Ruin.
Okay.
Ruin tells him all about the land that he's on. And Rio tells him about his reincarnation.
Yep.
I thought that was... the anime doesn't do that, but I guess he just had to tell somebody. Now, here's the crazy part. Do you know how long Rio was by himself on this land?
No. No idea.
Okay. He was here for 20 years by himself.
Fuck.
20 whole years had gone by, and he had made quite the home, trained every single day the exact way. So that's why he's so goddamn good at what he did, because he was just improving for 20 years straight. He was able to... Every day like this. He cultivated quite the land. With that wild rice he found, he made rice fields. He was hunting no problem, but he was never able to take down that kraken. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's interesting.
4 hours into the light novel is when he finally meets Abel.
Okay.
During their travel through the mountains, Rio and Abel do fight those lizard men.
Okay.
And they do fight the Lizard King as well.
Interesting.
After taking out the wyverns, they run into harpies.
Okay.
But they don't fight them because they don't give good quality stones, and they just ran. It was a very quick encounter, so that's what I took from it.
Sure.
Turns out they spent a month in the mountains.
Okay.
And then from basically this point forward, almost everything happens basically with how the anime goes.
Okay.
You were right that Sarah doesn't come in until a little bit later, but when they do meet, they have daily mock battles.
Interesting. Okay.
Just like you were saying how the Nils portion wasn't in your manga.
Yep.
That's because that whole little arc was considered a bonus.
Okay.
Not even bonus chapters, just a bonus story.
Yep.
That the light novel was explaining that you can only listen to if like you pre-purchased or whatever. So it's in the light novels, but in a completely different spot.
Okay.
It does happen after the big battle at the end, which threw me off completely because we go to the festival.
Yep.
Rio and Sarah know of each other at that point because while he's gone at the festival, Sarah's trying to look for him.
Correct.
And then comes back, they have their duels. And then, yeah, I think the next biggest part was just that the Nils thing happened at the very end. Okay. And then...
That's volume 1?
No, actually...
How many volumes is that?
So I Googled it because everything on YouTube was condensed into one big long section.
Okay.
Google's saying that the first 7 volumes are in season 1.
Okay.
And there are currently 18 as of June.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's 14 hours of, or actually it was closer to 14 and a half hours of audio that I listened to that covered just season 1 material.
Okay, so all 7 volumes were 14 hours. Okay, because like 1 volume of Slime is between 8 and 11 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
1 volume.
Yeah, with that being said, they really took to heart the light portion of light novels with this if it was 7 volumes long. So yeah, real short stories, real short volumes. The biggest takeaway was just a crap ton of extra information about especially sciencey stuff and how he started his first 20 years on this.
So does he know he's been doing it for 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows, but he never tells anybody.
No, he doesn't.
Which is crazy. He holds back so much information from literally everybody.
Yes. So do you know anything about... Yeah, you don't know anything about Sarah and Rio's relationship at this point.
No, other than that they do their daily mock battles.
Yep.
No form of... There is an attraction. They do say that. Just like you said that he hasn't found an attraction to anybody, he is finding an attraction in her. Like, he doesn't just say, like, oh, wow, she's super hot and I want her. Yeah. But he does say, like, he understands her beauty and all that stuff. So it's clear. Yeah, even in the manga, you can tell that there is a bond connection that is growing between them. Mm-hmm. So, and one other thing I just remembered, looking through my anime notes. Yep. When Rio goes to save Abel and he's got to go dive down to floor 40. Yep. The light novel explains that he does his water jet. Okay. Like he's on floor like 9, 10, or 11 or something like that. Yep. And then he just aims downwards and just makes a giant hole. Giant hole, yes. Like I think the anime said it like he was imagining what the ants were doing, and that's what he did, but he just made one giant hole all the way down. And then he said as long as he lands correctly, he'll be fine. But when you drop down 40 or to the 40th floor like that, I can only imagine stuff like that. Oh, I guess they did go into a little bit of explanation about not knowing exactly what the water fairy's cloak does. Yep. But they do start to give hints at like what it could do. Like it obviously saves him here and there. Yes. But not even Rio knows exactly what it does. That makes sense. And he makes ice armor a lot too. Yes, he does talk about making like barriers on himself with ice, like super thin sheets of ice. Yeah. That's about it though. Yeah. I think he mentions it when he's sparring Sarah. I think that's the only time that he mentions it, which I mean. Okay. Yeah. And then light novel, they talk about it quite often. Yep. All right. That wasn't too bad. I think before we get started talking about the anime, we should probably take a quick break. Hey everyone, just taking a moment to tell you guys about our other podcast, DndNoobz. Follow us on our shenanigans as we try to save Earth from some monstrous priests. Find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just search DndNoobz, that's Noobz. And now back to our episode. Now that we are back from our break, let's get into some anime talk. Lance, I know you had watched. Did you look in to see how far you got before you started watching it? Yeah, I was halfway through episode 9. Okay. So yeah, before we decided to cover this, I hadn't even finished it. Yes. Did you just get too caught up in other stuff and that's why you stopped watching it? Yeah, that's basically what it came down to. Okay. Like we've said in other episodes, we've just been eating real good, like all of 2025 and all of 2026. Yep. So yeah, we just so much to watch. Just accidentally forgot about it. Okay, that's fair. Completely fair. What did you think of The Water Magician? My first impression was this was good. A little bit above. It was basically mid, maybe a little bit higher. Yes. That's pretty much it. Like this dude's OP. At least he worked for it. Yeah, that's very true. And he's in an interesting world. A lot of interesting things are going on. So I was invested in all that. Yep. But my initial thoughts were that it just wasn't super amazing. So yeah, I was going to place this just above mid. What about you?
I'd agree with that assessment. Honestly, my favorite fight was, or my favorite part of the entire series was when he uses Boiling Rain.
Ooh, I'm even forgetting about that right now.
So that is the fight with we'll just call her a demon, with the demon, and he uses the rain and it boils on her skin. Like it's so hot that it burns her skin.
Oh, that during that fight with the eclipse?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that honestly, favorite part of
Leonore.
Yes. So that fight, but then specifically when he uses that move on her, I was like, oh man, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, we've seen people use water before. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use water like that.
No. Yeah, he's definitely figured out how water works in all forms.
Yes.
Like he in the Light novel, he talked about if he can just visualize moving certain water molecules very fast, that's how he can create the friction, the heat, the energy for hot water.
Yep.
And that's how he took his baths and whatnot.
Makes complete sense. I mean, it's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what really captivated me for the series. Like, the series was fine. It's just a generic isekai.
Mm-hmm.
But you get just little tidbits of like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Oh, okay, this is different. So it is different. So that's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. I did like all the sciencey breakdown things too.
Yep.
It brought just how you can get a step forward, especially when it comes to imagination. Like they mentioned that magic works through imagination, and that's why he can do in the word for not saying an incantation. Incantationless?
Chantless?
That's probably what I'm looking for. But yeah, he doesn't have to say anything to cast magic.
Yep. Yeah. It was funny because, so like Abel's
Oh, yeah.
he was talking to the guild master and he was like, yeah, he just kind of was saying stuff. I knew he didn't actually need it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I mean, that's true. That's funny, but it's true.
Yeah. I also like that they do like weird little fourth wall things, not necessary to us as audience, but he's like, well, in other isekais, this usually happens. And like how he's like, he has these expectations of him knowing that he's been isekai'd. Actually, this is one thing I wanted to say. The first episode says that he was reincarnated.
Yes.
But reincarnating to me means you start over through birth. Like you're a baby and you got to grow up. But he gets brought into this world exactly where he was left off at his human lifespan.
Yes.
I think it would have been a little bit more clear to say that it was just straight up isekai.
He was 100% isekai. Also, depending on when the series was written or when it was started, like isekai as a phrase wasn't as... it started in 2020. Isekai was definitely like a well-known phrase.
Yeah.
But, you know, because my thought process was, depending on when it was written, people might not like be as familiar with like the phrase isekai, and they just say reincarnation because it's just a more generally understood phrase.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case in this one.
Right.
I don't know. I would agree with you. This is more he was isekai, not reincarnated.
Right. Just a nitpicky thing that I caught on my rewatch. It's like, wrong word. But okay. We're all here.
Yeah, that's not what we're here for, so it's okay. I know I've already talked about my favorite moment. Did you have a favorite moment?
I kind of did like the final battle with Oscar because we got two super powerful guys.
Yes.
And this was the moment that Rio like got super serious. He was mad. He was trying to avenge his friend who got hurt during this battle. And he was even willing to attack Abel. Not realistically, because he like missed him on purpose.
Yep.
But, you know, that happened. But I did like his serious tone. The switch. Like, he's always been the helpful guy. But here, he was on a mission. He wanted an actual fight. And he was about to go all out. Would have been real cool. Obviously, I think we'll see it in the future.
Yes.
But I did like that mood change for him.
How much of... So he did try. Mm-hmm. But how much do you think he tried? Because he didn't go full out. Right. Or all out, whatever you want to call it.
Right, yeah. Neither of them truly went full out.
I have a feeling Oscar was trying.
Yeah. I can spoil just a tad bit that the light novel said.
Okay.
That Rio was very impressed by him.
Okay.
but he was saying that he feels that Oscar was not going all out.
Okay.
And that water has the advantage over fire. So he was really wondering how that battle would have actually continued if things had continued.
Okay. Interesting. Then I guess, I mean, the question still stands. How much do you think? Do you think it was like 80%, 60%? Like how much effort do you think he was putting into it?
Maybe I would like to imagine close to 80 because as soon as Rio threatened the princess, like to put her on ice, and then he like snapped and got mad. I think that was, true energy there.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'd probably like 75%. Like he's putting effort into it, but it's not, he's partially trying.
Yeah, because I mean, he did try to like basically scorch earth with that attack.
Yep. Are you talking about Oscar? Or are you
Oscar,
talking,
yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about Rio is going about 75%.
Oh, you think Rio was going 75% there?
Yes.
Yeah, could have been there too. I think they were both.
I would say Oscar probably was going like 8. Like Oscar was trying a little bit more because he did suspect Rio's party was trying to capture the princess. So I think he was putting more effort into it. And so, yeah, I think Rio was a good amount less, but not like a lot less.
That's fair. The light novel definitely explains that Rio has a lot to learn, especially with sword skills. He says that Sarah still beats him most of the time during all of their mock battles. She's just better with the sword.
Yep.
And he's not, using any kind of magic to do too much.
Yep. And I mean, wind inherently gives you an advantage when it comes to speed.
Definitely.
Which I like the fact that they pointed it out and very explicitly pointed it out when Leonore and Sarah were using wind to help make them go faster, be stronger, and do all these extra things. And Rio needed to find a way to kind of also be able to use his water to help
give him a speed boost.
At least give him a boost in some manner. Might not necessarily be speed, but what can he use water to help him get an advantage?
They do talk quite often about how he wants to use his water jets to give him a speed boost, but he hasn't mastered it quite yet because he's in his head about if he gives one part of his body the water jet, is it going to like affect his neck? Is he gonna like give himself whiplash for moving one part of his body too fast? So he's got to like imagine water jets coming out of like every portion of his body.
Okay.
So he's trying to work on that. So in the anime, I'd like to see in the future him just like kind of like how Bakugo just blasts himself. Like he's just got a giant stream of water coming out of him, and then he's able to just like zip around. Yeah,
he tries to do like a slash, and you just kind of see him flip because he can't really figure it out yet.
Right.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think another training aspect would be a good idea because we got a little bit of it, and it didn't really help. But what if he gets some sort of epiphany and you get to see him do some more training? I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be seen in the future. Do you think we'll see the Fairy King again?
I'm going to go with yes. I think he is going to run into the Fairy King to learn magic.
Oh, yeah, good point, because he only learned basically the basics of sword fighting.
Yes. So I think Rio's going to get stuck. Maybe Abel's going to get seriously injured. And so Rio goes off and tries to basically learn how to use magic better.
I like it. And I completely agree. I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, I think the relationship between Abel and Rio is going to continue to progress and just become a better bond between them. So I feel like they're building that relationship up for something.
Yeah. I'd like to imagine that too, because Rio's made multiple mentions about how he'd like to go back to his original home.
Yep.
Like there's flashbacks where he's like, oh, well, this is rice season where he could have been harvesting all his rice.
Yep.
I remember in the anime they showed his fields, which at the time I didn't know were his. So there was a quick glimpse of him in the very beginning of an episode.
I remember that, but it was right next to his house.
No. That's the part I'm talking about was before he owned his house.
No, in the beginning. Like in the beginning, I thought it was like the rice fields were right next to his house.
Oh,
because they do a panoramic of like outside,
Uh-huh.
and he's got all of his vegetable. You can tell time has passed, but I mean that doesn't really mean anything. And I saw the rice field. Like I thought it was next to his house.
Oh, probably. The episode I'm thinking about was like mid-season.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
like-
this was in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Skipped over that part, I guess. But yeah, just multiple times he refers back to his home, and there was another mention like, oh, maybe I can sneak away and go back home for like a little bit or something like that. But
You said it took what, a week to get to Loon?
a month, a full
Month.
a full
Okay.
month of that.
Maybe him and Sarah. That's how they really kindle their relationship. Is that he's like, man, I really miss my home. Would you go with me to? Maybe she wants to see the Fairy King. That could be another thing.
Yeah, that'd be interesting too, because elves are part fairy that they were saying. So why wouldn't she want to meet someone higher on the scale from her? Yeah, I like that idea too.
I think that'd be like maybe. Man, I'm just kind of thinking of like why they would meet. I still feel like they're talking about it, and either the Fairy King gets brought up, or he's just like, I want to go to where my house is. And here's the house at the end of the season. Did that happen?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And maybe they just talk about wanting to go back to his original house. Maybe he's talking about wanting to get the rice, something. I don't know.
I would imagine like maybe he'd want to show off to Sarah a little bit about like what he did, where he lived.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the biggest pull is going to be that she'd want to meet the Fairy King.
Yep.
Because she knows that the cloak and the sword came from the Fairy King.
Correct.
So, yeah, it just makes sense.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good way to get the Fairy King to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that. That'd be a lot of fun. I feel like that's not going to be until like second to last arc of the series, though.
Maybe.
Like it much later in the future.
Yeah, like Rio's going to, like you were saying earlier, like he's going to come up to a wall, then he needs to increase his magic somehow. So, yeah.
Which I don't know how he's going to learn anything if he can't talk, but
Yeah. Maybe the Dual-Head misty head might somehow
or he
make
touches
words.
he touches his head and just all the memories come flooding into him. And
Sure, why not? Yeah.
it is kind of entertaining that the person who has eternal youth is attracted to somebody who also has eternal youth.
Basically, yeah.
So it definitely works out for him. It works out for both of them.
Sticking on Sarah with eternal youth, basically.
Mm-hmm.
When I was trying to see if they were giving us any hints about that girl that Michael the Angel sent 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
If we were going to run into her, I'd still like to imagine that we're going to run into her somehow.
I think it'd be a good idea.
But I thought it was Sarah right away because she's
Yes.
an elf, can live a long time. But then near the end, they explain that she's only 200 years old. I'm like, that doesn't meet the time scale.
Not 300. Yep.
So can't be her. Another thing about reincarnates is somewhere in Loon, they were talking about how things started changing 20 years ago. Like a couple little things like foods and whatnot, I think.
Okay.
And Rio had thought that there had been another reincarnate that influenced a lot of the Japanese stuff. So I'd like for that to get explained a little bit as well.
I mean, they had curry, so that
Right.
would make sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of Japanese foods, especially at the festival. Like everything there was very Japanese.
Yeah, very much so. There has to be another reincarnate that influenced this group, this town, whatever you want to call it, just because like it's way too Japanese.
Mhm.
There's no getting around it.
Oh, yeah.
All they need is like rice balls, and you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they talked about onigiri.
So yes, rice balls.
Yeah, rice balls. Looking through the character list, Hugh McGlass, the guild leader,
Yes.
it was pretty quick in the light novel. Obviously, I was listening to it really fast, but I'm pretty sure that they had talked about like a really well-known, well-respected, I don't want to say hero because he wasn't a hero, but he was a really high up there guy who had the last name of McGlass. So I wonder if like Hugh's dad or grandfather was that, and that's why Hugh is the guild leader or something, because he's just a descendant of this guy or something.
That would be interesting. He, in the manga at the minimum, I don't know if they do it in the anime, the group that is trying to assassinate the prince,
Mm-hmm.
they make mention how the guildmaster from Loon will not be here. Obviously, he is very well known.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, you could tell that he's respected, but you don't really know because, you know, maybe he's just a really good guildmaster and everybody really likes him and he's just a good personality. So it's, if you look him up, you get a lot more information. But I did find it interesting that they were concerned that the guildmaster would potentially be at the event.
Festival?
Yeah,
I suppose in the anime technically. Oh, wait. In the anime, it was considered the festival.
It was at the festival, but it was like the meeting between all of the nobles.
Right.
So it's not really the same, but the same area.
Yeah, which is just going to make us wonder just how strong is he? Because if they were worried about him being there, he would have been a deterrent for that attack, probably. Which
the scale really throws me off because Abel, he's a B rank adventurer, and you're just like, well, yes, he's strong. Sarah is also a B rank adventurer, and I don't feel like they are on the same level.
Right. I get the feeling that Sarah's supposed to be much stronger. That's my impression.
Could be.
Are you thinking the other way?
No, I'm definitely thinking Sarah is like significantly stronger, closer to Rio's strength versus Abel's strength.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that doesn't mean that Abel isn't strong. He's got quite the impressive list of sword abilities, especially with his I forget what they're all called, but he has the ability to where he can
like pierce.
He can evade any magical attack. Don't think he can just continuously use that back to back. But we saw during the that cave incident that with the demons, he basically reached his limit there.
Yep.
He did. He was about to die.
I'm looking at it right now. So combat skills, he has sidestep, allows him to evade attacks. Total impalement, which we did talk about. Mm-hmm. Perfect shadow.
That one. I think that one avoids magic attacks.
Allows the user to dodge incoming long-ranged attacks.
Okay.
Not just magical ones. So it's all.
Makes sense.
A 0 turn and piercing peak. Basically, it's total impalement plus.
Sure.
Yeah, that's his combat skills. It is quite a bit. Just kind of going through all the list of all these characters. He really does have some of the most. So it is very, very interesting. I do think, since we are on the topic of swordsmen people, let's talk about Fiona, the princess.
Sure.
From the Empire. That Denbuhi? Is that the...
Oh.
Well, it's Debuhi. I don't remember.
Debuhi? Yeah, Debuhi is how the anime was saying it, yeah.
Is there any significance in that? Rio obviously hates it, but I didn't know if there was like some sort of significance in the name that would stand out to you.
The name, no. I don't remember if the anime was saying it, but they were saying that the ruler of Debuhi, and he's got a couple lines of rulership. So Rio was like, why don't they just change the name of Debuhi to the last name of these rulers? And they were just kind of just trying to keep the tradition of Debuhi.
Yep. Yeah, he hated the place. Rio hated the place.
Yeah. Well, he hated the name. He just thought it was a lame name.
I thought there was more to it than he just thought it was a lame name, but I could be wrong.
No, they made multiple comments about that. And then, because Abel was talking to his crew about it.
Yep.
And then nobody laughed. He's like, yeah, I don't get it either.
Well, yeah, because it was a thing from his life on Earth. Mm-hmm. That was the issue. And yeah, it's just funny. It's like, he will definitely not go to the Empire. Why? He hates the name. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's as far as it is.
So, yeah, but the Princess Fiona, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I couldn't get Shrek out of my mind.
We kind of got a little bit of that she is impressive, but we didn't really see anything.
Out of her, no. But we know that her family is powerful.
Yes, and then she was the commander of the Imperial Magic Division, so she's in charge of all of it. And it's the Imperial Magic Division, so obviously she can use sword skills and magic. Do you, I guess, never mind. I was going to be like, what kind of magic you think she's going to use, but that's pretty obvious. Her hair is going to get it all.
Yeah, after learning about like her dad or Oscar or whoever that, I don't quite remember who that that flashback was about that.
I'm pretty sure that was Oscar.
Yeah, I think that was Oscar too. Speaking of which, that whole Oscar backstory was considered a bonus story in the light novel as well.
Okay. Yeah, that could have stayed a bonus story. That's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't too much about it. It's just
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep on my second watch through.
yeah, but yeah, fire. I think she's got fire powers.
So it'll be very interesting because she keeps calling Oscar her master, but she's in charge of him. Weird. And
I think master should have just been sensei to some point. Like she's learning under him.
Yes. Well, that is what they're implying.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be really strong, but she's also in charge of everybody. So it's like, how strong is she?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I know she's. I think they said she was the youngest at 16. She's not 16 now, but when she was when she first became the commander, she was 16.
Yeah. That being said, speaking of ages, I'm pleased that like basically everybody is an adult in this story.
Everybody is an adult. And they make the joke of Lynn being a lilycon.
Well, yeah. Lynn was part of Abel's crew.
Yes.
Okay. There was a quick moment in the light novel that I don't remember exactly where in the anime that like Abel and Rio were talking, and Rio's trying to give him a little bit of crap, like, "Oh, you're trying to meet up with a girl."
Yep.
And then I don't remember who the first girl was, but he's like, "No, not her." And then Rio brought up, "Oh, Lynn," and he's like, "Oh, no," but he seemed a little flustered. And then Rio called him a pedophile for that, and then Abel quickly called it back, like, "No, I'm not meeting up with her or anything like that. I'm on a mission or something like that." So I thought it was pretty forward for them to just make that accusation.
Yeah. I don't know which person, because it's going to be like one of the people in this party. I'm trying to remember who the other female character is. And
was it Edo?
Edo?
No, Edo is part of Room 10.
Edo's also a guy, so...
Yep. I'm just going through pictures. I saw long hair.
Raya?
Could have been.
Yeah, because she's the only one that is... She's also in the party. And they don't have her age. Cool. We're just I'm going to assume they're all the same age, so 18. Yeah, this is definitely a different take because all of them are, actual adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to the red light district.
yeah. That's where the conversation started. Where I talked about that. Yeah,
because they had dinner and it was late, and Rio was like, "Oh, you're eating dinner late so that you can sneak out and go to the red light district?" And he's like, "No, that's not what I'm doing."
Yep, that's where it started. "Oh, then you're gonna meet up with Lynn." I'm like, nope. Okay. Yep. Now it's all coming back to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's just, I guess that's what I do like about the show is that there's enough to keep you entertained.
Mm-hmm.
But man, some of those lulls are bad. Yeah, I think that's really what it is. It's just kind of like too many highs and lows as far as the series is concerned.
Yeah.
So
one big reason, mainly the biggest reason, Rio wanted to get his house was so that he can practice alchemy out there.
Yes.
I'm interested in what he's trying to learn from alchemy, other than, I know he talked about like golems and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I wonder if he's going to try to learn other attributes through alchemy.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. You think alchemy would be the ability to use other attributes?
Yeah, that's really the only thing I can really think of, because why is he so invested in the light novel, especially too? Like he spends more time really trying to investigate alchemy. Oh, and Sarah's trying to help him learn through books on alchemy and stuff. So yeah, something's there. It's building upon something.
Yeah, I guess I do I'm very curious. Hopefully next season we'll get a better answer on like what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. Because why alchemy? I guess not.
Like what alchemy is?
Yeah.
It's like it's like Full Metal Alchemist basically is just one for one. We gotta sacrifice something in order to do something else. So in most situations, throw like a bag of material and like that can be the catalyst for like a firebomb or something.
Yep. I don't know why alchemy. It's very, very curious on what he's trying to do. We know that he's trying to control golems, but why is he trying to control golems? Why? I don't know. I'm very curious. That's about all I can say about that one.
I don't know either.
I really hope we get more.
One thing I just quickly remembered, I think when I started the light novel, they were talking about what might the the catch to what the series might include, and they talked about vampires. So at some point, we're going to get vampires.
I mean, we have demons, we have monsters. Sure, why not?
Yeah, we've encountered quite the list of monsters already. We got everything that was in the mountains.
Yep.
Which was a crazy list. And then we only know the very few things around the, I don't want to say continent, but the lands, the west and stuff like that, that they're the central, the west, wherever, all the lands that they're part of right now.
Yeah, the main, let's see, the northern continent, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, one more thing I just remembered. He figured his original, one more thing. When he got reincarnated, he basically figured that he was basically like right above what would have been the equator. And that's why he's so goddamn tan. Because he was just in a bountiful area of things growing and the sun was always out.
Sure. I mean, I guess, yeah, that would make sense. We kind of talked about her, but we didn't talk about her enough. So, Leonore.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're going to see her again in season 2? And so the other thing is we found her, whatever kind of species, Akuma.
Akuma, yeah. There it is. I was trying to remember it. I didn't write it down. And
so we know she's an Akuma, but we have devils. We have a devil prince, and we killed one of the devil princes, which was, I think there was 2. So now
they said that there couldn't be more than 4 at a time.
I thought they said there couldn't be more than 2 because of the eyes.
He had 2 different colored eyes. That's what made them unique.
Yep.
But there couldn't be more than 4 at one single time, which makes me wonder. I remember that in the anime, and they did say that in the light novel as well.
Okay.
Which does make me wonder if there can't be more than 4 at a time. Does that instantly mean that a 4th one is just going to get an upgrade, or is it going to be a certain amount of time before someone is able to step up?
Or because the devil prince turns into a devil, but I think they said there could only be one of those.
Yep.
Or the devil king. Is that
the devil king, demon lord.
Might have been
one of those top tiers.
it's one of, so that was really interesting. We can kind of come back in that in a second. But we have the Akuma, which I know Rio was very hesitant to even bring it up to see if anybody else had heard of this species of devil or demon.
Yeah, very interesting. Like, he's even keeping it from like Sarah and anybody close to him. It's one of those things where you're like, just talk to somebody. All of us need more information.
Yes. And maybe they're going to stumble into one of the books, and that is going to kind of like be the catalyst for him talking about it. Mm-hmm. I could see that happening. He's obviously going to build some sort of relationship with Sarah, so I feel like he's going to open up to her, and that could be what he's like, oh, I've seen this because I fought one or something like that.
Right. Yeah, and then I'm going to bring the eclipse back into the situation. Which makes me wonder that is the eclipse the only way that Akumas can like come out of their realm or their area?
No, because she teleported in the dungeon.
You're right. Yeah, so what's the significance of this eclipse? We still need...
Maybe that's how she can come out of the dungeon space.
Maybe.
And it takes every 20 years or 10 years, however long it was.
Yeah, right. Well, looking into the future where one arc is called the Dark Continent, I think that's definitely where we're going to have quite the battle with Akumas and like plural. I think we're definitely going to learn a couple more, because even Leonore said that there was, about us. So
that's true. That's true.
There's more to figure out about what they're all about. How are they connected to the Demon Lord King? Is there a connection between them? Are they stronger? I'd imagine they're stronger because she was definitely stronger than that Demon Prince.
Yes.
But that's not exactly saying too much.
I was going to say, yeah, that's completely fair, because that the Demon King, it wasn't Demon King, it was the
demons.
Demon, but it was it was a devil. That's what it was.
Devils, yeah.
The devil, that thing was strong, but Rio barely had to try to kill it.
Yeah, he basically one-shotted everybody down there.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because he deflected the attack and then it killed his like underlings. Mm-hmm. So that fight was really fun. It wasn't long at all, so nothing really to talk about.
No, it was just interesting.
Yep. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
As far as season 1 goes,
Yep.
not too much. I think that might be about it. There's plenty of stuff I want to see in the future.
Absolutely.
Got to figure out more about Leonor and her clan. Well, looking back at this, the dragon, the narration said that we will meet the dragon again at some point.
That's fair.
So that'd be cool to meet him and his family or something.
Okay.
Which might coincide with why they might want to go back and see the Fairy King. Maybe that might all connect to each other.
Yeah, maybe the dragon finds Rio. That'd be interesting. Scare the shit out of everybody in the town.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the series that you got to tell people about, but it's not for everybody.
No.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Before we go, Lance has his Pokemon quiz. Hopefully, I do okay all by myself.
All right, today we're going to jump into Generation 1 questions. And with the theme of the Water Magician, I'm using all water questions today.
Cool. It's going to be like, what does Dugong evolve?
I was looking at him, but no, I will tell you he's not part of these questions.
Cool, thanks.
All right. In Generation 1, what typing was Golduck?
Water is too obvious. Golduck, oh man. I'm gonna go water, but water psychic.
Is that going to be your final answer?
That is what I'm locking in. Yes.
All right. The correct answer is just water.
Water. Okay.
I do believe he is always just water. I'm taking a quick look right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it appears he's just always water.
Okay.
The little bead on his eye and a couple psychic attacks doesn't make him a psychic type at all.
All right. Sure.
All right, yeah, just had to dot some I's and cross some T's there. All right, here's a fun one.
Sure. Yeah. So you say.
I'm going to give you 3 guesses. Okay?
Okay.
How many tentacles does Tentacruel have?
Tentacruel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with 7.
Higher.
10.
Higher.
12.
Higher.
Well, that was 3, but sure. 15.
Higher.
God damn. 20.
Higher.
God damn. 30.
Higher.
40.
Higher.
100.
Lower.
50.
Higher.
60.
Higher.
70.
Higher.
We're just going to keep going by 10s. 80.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, 80. I mean, you got this one wrong, but
No,
80.
I got it eventually.
Totally would have never guessed 80.
100% would have never guessed 80. I'm assuming you looked that up.
I did. Because I was about to ask, how many tentacles does Tentacool have? Like, oh, that's pretty simple. The harder one is definitely going to be Cruel. And yeah, Google says 80.
I call bullshit.
His picture definitely doesn't look like that. You looking it up?
I would have been wrong every time, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I count 14 on the picture.
Well, going a little bit more deeper on that one, I guess.
I call bullshit.
All right. And question number 3, everyone's favorite. What level does Goldeen evolve?
Goldeen evolves at level 18.
Higher.
25.
Higher.
28.
Higher.
32.
The correct answer is 33.
33? What kind of...
That's an odd one.
Okay, then. Apparently, if you go on Google and you type in the name of a Pokemon, you can catch the Pokemon.
Oh, I remember something about that a long time ago. Maybe they're doing that all over again. Oh, and I'm seeing right here, Psyduck also evolves at 33. Definitely wouldn't have guessed that one either.
It's a good thing I know that now. Yep, I just got a Charmander. Look at me go. I can get 151 in like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Instead of like 50 hours that it takes in the game.
Yeah, right. All right, yeah, but that's going to be my Pokemon quiz for today.
Awesome. I appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. Did terribly though, but it's okay.
That's all right.
It's for the love of the game, right?
Oh yeah. Hopefully all of our listeners did a better job.
Nobody got the 81 correct. Nobody got Tentacruel correct. If anybody got it correct, they cheated.
They cheated, or they just so happened to have looked it up recently.
There's no way. Nobody's ever going to look that up. And no, just no. I will not believe anybody who says they got it correct.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. Before we leave, just want to do a couple shout outs. Make sure to check us out every Sunday at 9:30 Central Time. As long as Lance's work does not make him work overtime. I will be on, but Lance will most likely be on as well. Yeah. Having a good time talking all the extra anime stuff that we don't get to talk about on here, ripping Pokemon packs, and just kind of going nerding out. It's a good time. We do that live every Sunday at 9:30 Central Time on YouTube. And then also, as the ad said, make sure to check out our D&D podcast. That's a lot of fun. Lance does a great job being a dungeon master. All the shenanigans that we have with our friends. It's a good time if you ever wanted to be curious how D&D works or just watch people make fools of themselves. It's a really good time, and you can check that out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment. What did you think of the Water Magician?
Later, guys.